Today, we are putting on our chef hats and heading to the culinary capital of the world, Paris, for a legal showdown that's as spicy as a good ratatouille. The film is a beloved Pixar classic about a rat with a dream. The problem? A real-life chef named Alfredo who believed the movie was cooking up a legal mess. This is a fascinating case of a common name, a cinematic masterpiece, and the legal principle that a chef's reputation, much like a good sauce, takes time to perfect. So, let's dive into the delicious details of why a real chef might sue Disney Pixar, and why Disney ultimately prevailed. Welcome back to Entertainment and IPR Uncovered, the show that dissects the legal drama behind the silver screen. A rat, a chef, and a lawsuit. In 2007, Disney Pixar released Ratatouille, a charming story about a rat named Remy who dreams of becoming a world-class chef. To achieve his dream, he forms an unlikely partnership with a clumsy garbage boy named Alfredo Linguini. The film was a global smash hit, celebrated for its animation and its loving portrayal of French cuisine. But for a real-life chef in France named Alfredo, the film's use of the name Alfredo was a problem. In a legal challenge that could have had major repercussions, the chef sued Disney Pixar, claiming that the movie's character, Alfredo Linguini, and his association with a rat, was an infringement on his professional reputation and a misuse of his name. In his mind, the film was not just a work of fiction, it was a commercial use of a name with an established professional reputation, a reputation that he had spent years building. IPR Insights, Reputation and the Art of Distinction. This case isn't a traditional trademark infringement dispute where a rival company is using a brand name. This is a claim rooted in the principles of reputation and brand identity. For a chef, their name and their reputation are their most valuable assets. The argument was that the film was using the name Alfredo, which is associated with a respected culinary professional, in a context that could be seen as unflattering or, at the very least, confusing. The core legal question was this: would a reasonable person confuse a famous animated movie character with a real-life professional? Disney's legal team had a powerful defense. First, and most importantly, Alfredo is an extremely common name. Granting a single person a legal monopoly over such a common name would create a dangerous precedent, making it nearly impossible for anyone else to use it, whether in a film, a book, or a business. Second, the film was a work of fiction, a parody in a sense. The character was a fictional creation, and his name was part of a larger, fictional story. The courts would have to balance the chef's individual rights against the creative rights of the filmmakers. Ultimately, a court would likely find that the film's use of the name was not a malicious attempt to defame or mislead, but a creative choice that did not create a likelihood of confusion in the minds of the public. The public knows the difference between a real chef and a cartoon character, even a very famous one. The outcome, a victory for creative freedom. While the legal battle itself was a moment of suspense, the outcome was ultimately decisive. The court ruled in favor of Disney, finding that no infringement had occurred. The judge's decision underscored the principle that a common name cannot be monopolized and that the creative use of names and characters in a work of fiction is a protected right. The case demonstrated that a claim of reputation and brand harm requires a clear, direct, and provable link that was not present in this instance. This victory was a significant win for filmmakers and storytellers everywhere, as it reaffirmed the boundaries of intellectual property law, ensuring that creative works are not subject to lawsuits simply for using common names. Closing note, the ingredients of IP. The Ratatouille lawsuit is a perfect example of how the principles of intellectual property, while sometimes rigid, also contain the flexibility needed to protect creative works. It shows that while a brand's reputation is a valuable asset, it doesn't give a single person the right to control every use of a common name. It's a reminder that a great dish requires many ingredients, and a great story requires the freedom to use them all. What do you think? Did the court make the right call in siding with Disney? Or should creators be more careful when using common names in their films? Let us know in the comments below. If you want more fascinating tales from the world of intellectual property, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. We'll see you next time on Entertainment and IP Uncovered.